Hey everybody, it's Jill Fleming with Pampered Chef. I just wanted to welcome you to my kitchen. We're going to do a really cool recipe today. It's called egg bites, and that's going to be in our pressure cooker. Okay, so I'm sure that you've seen pressure cookers on the market. Okay, like there's a lot of them. There's all different brands. There's nothing wrong with the ones that you may already own. But if you are in the market for either getting one or say upgrading, I wanted to show you the one we have with Pampered Chef. So this is a really cool tool. In the 7 years that I've been with Pampered Chef, I've only ever, been shocked about 3 times, and this is one of them. This is one of our very first electronic products that we brought out, okay? The first one would be the wine opener, and then of course, our pressure cooker, okay? Now, the cool thing is we call this a quick cooker because it does all your cooking very quick. But there's one thing that I always recommend. As soon as you get any electronic appliance, whether it's Pampered Chef or not, you must give it a name. So this is Lola. Lola is my cooking wife. She's my kitchen wife. She's my saving grace. She does it all, okay? So when the kids are running around, things are absolutely crazy. Maybe it was after school, maybe it's Christmas time, maybe it's summertime, whatever it may be. This is gonna come in and act as your sister wife in the kitchen, okay? So why would Pampered Chef bring one out? Okay, so they always wait. If there's a big trend within cooking, Pampered Chef is kind of watching to see what will happen with it, and they're looking at, what's going to be out there on the market. And they take the product and they actually elevate it, okay? So there's a couple different things. You're going to see a lot of the pressure cookers on the market. There's a 6-in-1, there's a 9-in-1, there's a 10-in-1, and of course Pampered Chef elevated and made it 16-in-1. So what does that mean? Well, we've taken all the features, okay? So everything from your pork, your chicken, your beef, your chili, your soup setting, dessert setting. This is also a slow cooker, okay? You can proof your bread in it. Everything is all broken up by all the different functions, okay? We also have sear, we have saute, we have the whole grains, the brown rice, the rest of it, okay? So besides functions, what else is so great about it, okay? Well, the thing is, when Pampered Chef looks at things, they're always going to keep safety in mind, okay? This is one of the biggest things that you're going to notice the difference of why Pampered Chef has a pressure cooker, okay, and why there are other ones on the market. So first off, you're going to see a couple different things, and I'll actually come really close for this, okay? So in order to open our unit, you actually have to do this push down button, and you can see that toggle moving at the top, okay? So if this button is fully dispersed, it means that your unit is letting out pressure, okay? And that you will always know that it is the way that obviously you're going to release it, okay? Because a lot of the other brands in the market, you do have to move the toggle around, okay? When you're in the cooking stage, you always want to make sure that this is perfectly flush, okay? The other thing that you're going to notice is there's a little red button here that moves. When this button is up, what that means is the unit is actually under pressure, okay? So you will not be able to unlock the unit if it's pressurized. You have to manually release the pressure. When this red dot falls or red silver button falls, that's when you know that it's safe to open up the unit, okay? There's been a lot of different instances where people have been using pressure cookers, and maybe there's been, an issue of like the top blowing off, or, like all these other things that you're hearing in the media. Well, with Pampered Chef, it's got the indicator button, okay? So that is very, very important to look for, okay? The most important part of a pressure cooker is a rubber ring, okay? So sometimes when your unit's not pressurizing, okay, you're going to do a countdown clock here, and then your unit all of a sudden starts counting down, but the red button's up. Majority of the times is that there's an issue with your seal in here, okay? So the one features of when you're using pressure cookers is you want to make sure that you actually take this ring out, okay? You want to clean the ring very well. Dishwasher safe is totally fine. And you want to clean the lid. The other important part is going to be your silver pot, okay? So this pot here, you want to make sure that you don't have any food residue around the silver pot on the outside, okay? One thing I'm going to point out to you guys, when you have a pressure cooker, and maybe you're noticing that it's maybe either getting like a bit of a smell to it because you're using, say, a lot of onions or savory foods, or maybe you're finding that it's not sealing properly, okay? This can go with any brands. You can actually do a deep cleaning method. What the deep cleaning method is you're going to take 1 cup of water, you're going to take a full lemon, cut it in half, cut side down, and you're going to put it on a customer manual setting for 4 minutes. What that does is it fully steam cleans your entire unit, and then you're going to find that actually everything smells really good. It's really clean the rest of it, okay? There's a couple different things that we also sell for Pampered Chef is you can get extra rings for this. I don't know if they fit other brands, but they're made for our Pampered Chef brand. And I like to use, say, like the teal ring if I'm doing desserts. I like to use the black ring if I'm doing things like savory foods, maybe have a lot of tomato sauce to them. And then I keep the clear ring for day-to-day use, okay? Some other things that we sell, and these will fit all pressure cookers that are 6 quarts and above, is we do have a springform pan. This is great if you're doing your cheesecakes. Maybe you want to do a frittata, you can do a scalloped potato in there. Possibilities are endless, but honestly, pressure cooked cheesecake in the quick cooker, thumbs up in my books. The next one is a ceramic pot, okay? So this is going to be when you're doing stack cooking, okay? So all of our pressure cookers come with this rack and the unit, okay? These are all sold separately, but this rack here is for ensuring when you're starting to do double stacked foods, okay? So you could do 4 chicken breasts underneath. You can pop this on top. You can do your rice. You can do your potatoes if you want to double stack your veggies. And really, we have a lot more add-ons, but I won't get into it too much today because you know what? We want to concentrate on the recipe at hand, okay? Healthy breakfast, egg bites. This is so simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is take our 8-cup batter bowl, okay? And we're going to be putting 6 eggs in here. Now, I don't know what it is about eggs. When I go to use them, I like to leave them for room temperature. I keep them in the fridge, obviously, otherwise, you know, but I find that eggs get a lot more, you know, frothy. They get more, you know, foamy when you're going to cook with them or bake with them. And especially when you're doing things like popovers or Yorkshire pudding, is where you're going to actually see the highest height comes from a room temperature egg. Okay, so that's 6 eggs in there. I'm just going to grab a tea towel, and I'm actually going to whip these eggs first. Okay. So this is done with our whisk, and what I like about this, guys, you're going to notice like it's strong. Okay, it's not going to bend under pressure. Okay, and then I'm going to use our salt and pepper shaker. What I love about this guy is that there's a little holder here. Okay, so there's never any salt or pepper that falls on your countertop. Okay, it keeps it clean. We do also sell Himalayan sea salt, and we have the tri-colored peppercorns for our pepper too. Okay, all of our spices and our rubs are, of course, gluten-free and MSG-free. Okay, so if you're watching out for those 2 things, you want to make sure. Now, I happen to have extra half and half cream, so why not add it in? But you can use milk. You can use cottage cheese for extra protein in there. Okay. Now, once I've got that all stirred up, I'm going to start doing add-ons. Okay, so that would be your base for the egg bites. Now, everybody needs trusty scrapers. Okay, if you don't know Pampered Chef, this is one of the things I love. Okay, you're going to find that this is a solid piece. And these go back. These are classics, okay? So that big size is called the mix and scraper. So I'm putting half a cup of bacon that I had cooked earlier for breakfast. This is half a cup of mozzarella cheese. And these are our little 6-cup prep bowls. They're 6 times 1 cup prep bowls. We also sell these in 2 cups and 3 cups, okay? So I just kept it really basic there. I'm just gonna actually turn off that timer on my phone because you know what? Everything happens to go off when you're trying to record, okay? And then I put some green onions in there too. Okay, so just really simple ingredients. You don't have to worry too much about what you're putting in there. Maybe you still have some veggies from the night before. Maybe you want to add some raw veggies. But the thing is, when you're adding proteins, maybe it's ham, it's bacon, whatever it may be, that's where you want to make sure that you're cooking it beforehand. Okay, so I'm going to take out 6 little cups here. And again, those are our prep bowls. And I find the easiest way to fill them if you do one of our measuring cups, and we have these really cool stacking measuring cups, okay? So those work great for filling because we want to make sure that we get them all even. Next step we're going to do is we're going to leave them open, but I'm going to show you guys a really cool rack, okay? And if you haven't had a chance to look at Pampered Chef lately, oh, like honestly, there is so many new products to the season. We had more electronic products come out. We have blenders now. We have an air fryer, okay? So maybe you want to heat these up, okay? Or maybe you want to make like a really yummy, you know, sauce or whatever it could be to go with your breakfast bites, okay? But what I love about these is we do come with plastic lids for these bowls. So after you're done cooking, you can actually put the plastic bowl on them and pop them right in the fridge, okay? So there you go. Breakfast is done. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these next. Okay. So then we have these stacking racks, okay? So you're going to notice that there's all different holes on them, okay? So and then you can see the circles. So the circles are going to be where the bowls sit, but the holes are for eggs, okay? So you can actually get away with doing, I think it's about 12 or 24 eggs. I have to look and see. But we're gonna add half a cup of water to this, and that's the main thing is when you're ever going to cook with a pressure cooker, you need to ensure that you have water in the base because that's what's gonna create the steam, okay? So I'm gonna put the first layer of these, just like that. We'll go in here, and the rack lays down, and then we'll grab our second rack, okay? And we're gonna put that in there. And those will go in, okay? So very simple breakfast ideas. You saw how quick that took me. Yes, I did have all of my stuff obviously cut up beforehand. But again, if you're the type that likes to do a lot of dinner prep, or maybe you have cut up veggies, whatever it may be in your fridge, it takes no time at all, okay? And we're gonna actually take this and do this on custom. So we'll hit the custom button, and we're gonna bring down the time there to 22 minutes. Now, as all pressure cookers, you have to remember it's going to take time to come up to pressure, okay? It has to pressurize within the unit. So if the cook time says 22 minutes, that's just for actual cook time that it starts counting down, okay? It's not for the time that it comes up to pressure. So if you're doing a big pot, say of stew, or you're maybe doing a soup, or maybe you're doing a carcass like for turkey for Christmas time, it could take anywhere up to a half hour to come to pressure. But when you're cleaning the unit, like I was mentioning before, it could be 2 minutes, okay? So just be in mind when you're going to make meals and stuff that you do take into consideration that extra cooking time, okay? So hope you've enjoyed this. Please pop over to pamperedchef.ca to check out all different other recipes, and hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for joining.